welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs and the Conscious Business Show, where we connect the heart, the mind to the wallet. And we have a wonderful guest with us today, Liz Powers. You're going to be intrigued with her title. She is Chief Happiness Spreader at Art Lifting. And as soon as you hear her and her voice and her passion and enthusiasm, you'll appreciate why she has the title that she does. But very interesting organization that she started, and we're just thrilled that she's with us here today to share her story. Her story has actually been aired through a number of different media channels, not only doing her own TED Talk, but also the Boston Globe, the Today Show, certainly the NBC Nightly News. So we are just thrilled to have her with us here today on the Conscious Business Show. So Liz, welcome, and thank you for your time and enthusiasm.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, Liz, art lifting, I have to say, has come across my transom a few times, and so we're excited that you're here with us on the show. Take us a little bit through your journey into the purpose of starting art lifting and what inspired you and what it is today that you're providing to communities nationwide, which is really interesting.
Yeah, so art lifting combines words art and uplifting. So I've worked with homeless individuals for the last 10 years. To start, I was doing casework and then switched to running art groups in local shelters in the Boston area. And I learned a lot of things along the way. One, during the casework, was hearing, Liz, I don't want a handout, I want an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And also when I was running art groups, I was just totally amazed by the talent that I saw and realized, well, my art groups aren't unique. There's actually over 1,000 art groups in shelters and disability centers all across the country. So those different experiences combined, and I realized, well, why don't I create an opportunity for all these amazing artists who, many of whom are chronically unemployed and could certainly use the extra cash of selling art prints and products, but even more importantly would be psyched to have this confidence boost, that people are actually recognizing their talent. So that was the idea behind art lifting, and it's been kind of crazy to see it take off over the years. My brother and I just started it 3 years ago with $4,000 of our savings, and now we've expanded to 19 states across the U.S. A lot of our expansion, and when I say 19 states, I mean we have artists in 19 states. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our expansion has actually been organic. A lot of it has been art group heads, so my former job, reaching out to art lifting and saying, oh my gosh, this is such a perfect complement to the program that I'm running. Because we found that people who are running these art groups are spread so thin. Some even have 50 people in their art group, and many of the individuals in the groups have mental health challenges or other challenges. Mm-hmm. So the art group heads really don't have the capacity to sell artwork. So as an art broker, art lifting can work with them, curate the top artwork, and then help their artists earn much needed money.
What I find fascinating about the model, so you mentioned art broker, is you are introducing these artists to not only individuals but corporate relationships that are looking to fulfill artwork. Whether people need artwork for books, magazines, photography, all of that. It's an interesting model. From a conscious capitalism lens, when you think about how you started this, what are some of the areas that you embody? So obviously purpose is huge in what you've put together, and you're engaging artists that, as you mentioned, want to make a living. They want to be contributing societal members versus handouts, and they have this incredible talent. So how do you wrap all these ideals together, not only in running your own business from a conscious capitalism perspective, but then also the great fulfillment you're giving these people and individuals, motivation about their talent, but also showing them that they can make a living by this, which is just fabulous.
Yeah, it's been, from the employee engagement and CSR point of view, mm-hmm. It's been pretty amazing to see our corporate sales grow. We just started, originally we were just a consumer company, and we just started pitching corporate sales a year ago. And we actually closed 70 corporate deals in our first year,
Wow.
including with companies like Starbucks and Google and Microsoft. And similar to the art program expansion, a lot of the corporate sales were also inbound. Because so many companies really want to have that visible CSR and keep their employees engaged and retain millennial employees who care so much about CSR. So it's really been a perfect match to help our model grow and expand our impact.